What are you doing? Out of all the spots you're going to pick up water, it's right next to the building. That's so jank. Why would you do that? Get a better license. So I really want to start working on downtown here. We have a ton of new buildings. I feel like the amount of trees that we're adding to this game is starting to make it shit itself. As you can see here, kind of went a little overboard. But I think it looks so much better when you kind of fill it out. So it's going to be like Tree Haven. I think I'm going to chill on most of the other spots with trees, but we'll obviously add it in. And we need to take away some of this sesh pool of shit that we have up here. It would totally be fine. Okay, so focusing on downtown. I'm going to take some of these buildings. We're going to remove them from downtown into other parts of the city or cities. So that way we can get some attraction stuff going on elsewhere too. So for now, I'm just going to kind of plop this stuff anywhere I can just to kind of get it somewhere. And then it frees up some of the real estate that we have downtown. I have to make sure that there is no taking stuff. So looking at our buildings really quick, we have a good amount. This high interest tower looks pretty cool. It actually could correlate with something else that we could get unlocked as well, too. I'm thinking we could just squeeze it right in there. We're going to have to delete some type of, building that was there, but I think it should be okay nonetheless. Taking a look at this is a very interesting building. What is this? The Robotics Institute. Interesting. That is a massive, the high interest tower, a large office building. Well, yeah, I could have told you that shit. A lot of our buildings seems to be facing the same direction, too, so it'd be nice to kind of switch it up a little. But our downtown is starting to take a much more downtown-looking feel, that's for sure. Heading back to our buildings here, I think that's pretty much the biggest one in, like, the Tier 5, if I'm not mistaken. Tier 6 as well looks pretty locked out. I know we had the Dexter Horton building. This is actually a mod. The building is not really that big, but it does allow us to get... I don't even know what it would look like. What does it look like, to be truthfully honest? It's like I want to add it in there, but I also don't because we just don't have much room to add shit in the first place. Let's see. I know we had another building in here. I'm not sure where it's hiding. Ah, that's right. It was these ones. It's my monument or landmarks. So we have a few in here that we can use. This one is fucking massive as well, too. This is kind of like some type of temple, I think they said. The Oriental Pearl Tower. So definitely not a temple. So I'm trying to figure out where we could put something like this without it, taking up too much space. To be realistic about it, we have offices, we have stuff like that. I don't know if we really would have room for something like this unless we got rid of one of these streets here. Which then again, I like this little neighborhood office parkway that we have, so I'm not sure if that's really going to be the best idea. I might have to deconstruct this road right here. It seems rather useless. Let's just try it for shits and giggles. I'm going to pause the game just so we don't cause too much shit going on. There we go. We got them rather close to each other. Now we can fill it back in with stuff as well, just to kind of get it kind of populated again. I don't know if that's going to work too well, but we'll definitely try it. Let's see how that works. We were able to fit a new building in. It's extremely difficult to add stuff in a place that you've already slammed as much shit as fucking possible. We've accidentally ate other buildings as well, too, in that little charade there, but... is that even the correct one? Oh, I did offices right there. That's why. So let's switch these over to offices. I'm going to do... might be best to have some businesses in there as well, too. Because I get that we have offices. Oh, I see. This was like an office area. That makes sense now. Yeah, I'm not sure if they're going to be able to fit anything in there anyways with just that small amount of room. Okay, so looking elsewhere, we have a panda sanctuary and also a temple complex. I don't think any of these will be worthy enough to go into downtown. It just doesn't seem like they'll fit well. The Brandenburg Gate. The Brandenburg Gate is truly a sight to see. Build it into your own city to gain plenty of tourists. So, how big is this? It's really not even that big. I want to say... no, the road doesn't go through it. A walking path goes through it. So if I wanted to... that's kind of lame, though. Like, how would we do that to make it... see, we already have an archway here, which is kind of nice because kind of gives it something going on there, but I'm not really sure where we could put this. Oh, unless we went across from the park. See if we go across from the park here. We have other monuments as well, too. I'm going to probably have to get rid of this pharmacy. So let's pause the game again. We're going to have to deconstruct. See, because if Central Park's our main thing here, although nothing really flows with it, but we could have some resemblance of it flowing. So let's move this clock tower over so that way it kind of coincides with Central Park here. So when you're kind of walking into Central Park, you can kind of just look up. Bam, see that? That actually looks really good. Holy shit. Let's just take a look really quick. Oh, yeah, that's nice, man. That's nice. That's a good city. That's a nice skyline, too. Fucking statues and shit. Hell yeah. That temple out of place as shit, or that tower out of place as shit. But I would say for the most part, that looks good. You got some mountains in the background that you can see. Honestly, it's not bad. Okay, let's get out of that. How do we get out? There we go. And now that we're good with here, I feel like this game, we just have so much shit going on in this, dude. Let's go back to this. I want to see if I can somehow squeeze this in somewhere. I'm not sure. You know what a good way to go about this would be is see what buildings we can get rid of or we want to get rid of that just don't flow with our overall landscape of stuff. We have the station department store. It gets about 31 people that we saw. It could be doing better. So I say we move this out. We're going to put this where the Ferris wheel is at for right this second. And this is just going to allow us to kind of get some of this area open. We've got a shopping center. This could be better off in a dense neighborhood than probably downtown where no one lives. I don't know who the fuck would want to go all the way downstairs. Downstairs, what? Down for that. Downtown for that. What the holy shit. So the Statue of Liberty is going to be cool. I want to put it on this, but I'm kind of concerned because I would need to connect roads to it because it's technically a tourist destination. Then again, I could have this. It just doesn't mean that I could kind of use it for what I want. I could have it like a mock of the United States type thing where it's out on an island. Or I could have it kind of more inwards. I would like it on the island just because of the way that I am used to picturing it. I think that would be kind of cool. So, for instance, with this space that we have here, I'm not really seeing anything. We can do something like this. I just feel it's kind of stupid because why the fuck put an archway there when there's just like no reason to put said archway there. It's like blocked by this big building as well too, which could be more beneficial somewhere else. Okay, I think I got it. I think I'm going to move this thing over here where the archway is. Probably not going to work right up off the top. Let's just do that. And then I'm going to see if I can move this on that side. We're going to move this around over here. I don't know if I want it on this side. Or maybe in the corner is a better idea. That way it leaves us something in the middle that we can work with if we really wanted to. Kind of keeps it still in the city. It looks like just a big egg, not going to lie. Like a... What is it, a Fabergé egg or whatever they call it? And I still could fit this thing in here if I wanted to. That way it can be nestled somewhere, not be forgotten about. Because I really don't know where else we're going to use it. So we might as well put it there until something better comes along. If we even remember to move it again. We might not. So I want to say that's going to be everything for the downtown. Except for the... Oh, that's perfect, dude. Oh, that's massive. What the fuck? That looked nothing. That actually looks really good. Holy shit. We got to get more buildings like that, dude. That's nice. Okay, so let's make sure we have nothing else that's there as well, too, that we can use to our advantage here. Get this looking a little different, a little updated, a little fresher. Nothing. We have fucking used every single one of those to make this down here, too. Okay, well, that's all of our buildings, or at least all the ones that we have unlocked right this second. I want to do a road really quick since we're here. We might as well do a road. I'm going to just let's just test it really quick since we have nothing. I want to see kind of how this works and looks and all that stuff. What orientation is it facing? So I don't know if it looks towards New York in real life or if it looks away. I would assume it looks towards to kind of like, you know, oh my god, it needs power too? Of course you need power. Jesus Christ. We just can't win, huh? Alright, so flat road as well. And I'm thinking if we just kind of put one... This was a shit show making this little mound to it. Fucking flooded so many of these buildings over here. I hate doing stuff to like the earth in this game. It's not fun. Alright, let's see if this is gonna kind of do what we want here. Of course it's not. It's too steep. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That angle is like perfect. It's looking right over the heart of downtown, dude. Oh, you can't get any better than that right there, ladies and gentlemen. That's definitely going to have to be some type of thumbnail that we get with that. So right now it's very debatable whether or not I want to attach this to a roadway and let people go up to it. I've got to see what I can do. I might be able to put an underground tunnel in there. For now, let's get it piped and kind of just, you know, able to just function, even if it's by itself for the time being. To be some odd-ass pipe placement really quick. But, you know, got to do what we got to do to get some stuff, some piping. I'm going to just try to break it up as well, too. That way we kind of don't have stale water just being used over and over. It would be nice to place some type of thing down in the water here behind it. So that way it can kind of feed its own electricity to it. I feel like that kind of looks shitty. But then again, I feel that it would also look shitty if I put power lines over to this thing as well, too. So it's going to have to be one of those give or takes. I don't think there's any other thing that I can do here to get power to this thing without it looking shitty. This would be as big as the Statue of Liberty, which makes no sense. Okay, you know what? I got an idea here, goddammit. I'm going to get rid of that. This might be energy. I'm not entirely sure. If it is, we might be able to hack the system. I can make it look like a landing pad specifically for... You're just sit tight. Watch what we're going to do here. I'm going to make this curved. Put a little bit of curve on this shit really quick. Yeah, like that. God damn it. I'm going to see if I can try to just hack the system with getting it to turn blue really quick. It did it for a second. So I need to pull this a little farther forward. It's working. Everything's kind of working for the most part. The only problem that we're running into right now is the back of this shit needs to just go forward a little. All right, let's move this. I want it to stay in the same orientation, which it has. And now it has like a windy road that's kind of going around it, which is not bad looking. Let's get this same road. I'm going to get a nice little curve, like I said. Oh, yeah, that's not bad at all. There we go. Let's not circulate it too much here. Wow, that's getting better and better as the fucking seconds go on. All right, we're just going to swing the piping out to the rear here so that way that building could be good. And that should be feeding it power. And honestly, you're going to look at this and you're going to go, okay, on the back side of the island there is kind of like a helipad. So that way people can have the maintenance crews or tours go out there to it. And it has no connection in any way, shape, or form. Except for the fact that now the building has power. There's no ugly ass thing there. This looks like it's technically... It works. It's good. I'm actually kind of stoked. I've never used one of these before, too. So it kind of looks like it fits in very well. So that's our new monument, which cannot be accessed by anyone, because fuck them. I am curious to see if I can go underneath the water here. Not with this, I can't. Let's get a normal 2-lane road here. Yeah, I mean, I can... Cannot build on water. Well, I'm not trying to build in the water. Well, I guess I am, huh? I can't. You're telling me I can't. Oh, that's so stupid, dude. I don't really necessarily want a big ass fucking bridge gaping through this. I think that's going to look silly. Oh, you know what we could do is we could set up like a ferry. I don't know. I've never done that before, but I'm pretty sure that's a thing. Where? No idea. Let's see. Tram, metro, train, ship. There's no such thing as a ferry in this game. Okay, so what do we got here? We've got a ferry depot. The ferry depot is where ferries stay between work shifts and are sent to lines automatically, and maximum amount of vehicles per line is handled by the budget. Depots do not act as stops and cannot be connected to lines, but ferries need to be able to find their way to the lines from their depot. Use pathways to mark where they should travel. So this is basically saying that this is where all the ships would hang about and stuff. So I can use some of this beach here to kind of get this going. We might as well make one of these. I have not done so. Get some ferries. Let's see. We've got the ferry depot. This is going to be a ferry stop. A small ferry stop that fits in a canal easily. Connect ferry stops and piers with ferry lines to create lines. Use ferry pathway to draw routes between piers, stops, and depots on open water to help ferries find routes. So we can make our own route. I don't think a large ferry stop with room for 2 ferries at once. I feel like that would probably be the best way to go about it, to be truthfully honest. Okay, so this is going to be... We're going to impede into this beach really quick. Unless I can move this kind of in a more logistical area. Oh, wow, it actually connected. I'll be damned. So, you're going to need power even though you're right next to stuff that has power? Stop. Get the fuck out of here. Stop with your bullshit. Let's try to connect this road to that just so it has, you know, an open pathway there. So this is a ferry stop. This is probably not the best spot for it now that I'm thinking about it. We're going to do something like right here. I want it away from what's going on, because if not, we're going to regret it. I have a feeling. So we're going to have one way there, entrance there. This, I feel like, can just probably be moved at this point. Imagine seeing that ridiculous ass shit. I'm going to probably just get rid of this, to be honest. I feel like it's not really doing anything. This whole city is creating power. If I were to look at my electricity, it's still fucking max, so there's nothing to worry about. So let's get some piping really quick for this ferry depot, which is going to house all the ferries. We've got ourselves our first small ferry stop. Let me just make sure there's nothing else. So we're going to have a shallow canal, medium canal, and a deep canal. Wide canal. Oh, it's just a whole bunch of canals. We've got a ferry line and then a ferry pathway. Use pathways to mark the exact route where you want ferries to travel between stops and harbors. Lines go on pathways. Lines need pathway access to the depot. Pathways are two ways. Okay, so lines go on pathways. What does that even mean? Oh, I see. Why does this got to be so jank? So first we want to go from here to there. It's a two-way, they said. So let's get a ferry stop over here. Right on the side of it. Okay, so from here we're going to go ferry pathway. And I have a feeling we're going to get in the fucking way with this shit. Of course, why? Alright, hold on. We got this. Let me just try to go a little more this way. There we go. Well, now I'm fucking confused. I don't know how this shit works. I feel like this has to be right, though. So I need, what, another ferry stop? And this is going to be something where they get off type shit, if I'm not mistaken. But they can't cross past like that, which is kind of unfortunate. So I guess this is going to be interesting to see how we could do this. For shits and giggles, I just want to see if this works. So let's just put the other ferry place like right there, okay? And then we're going to get our pathway. And we're going to go from this side. And a straight shot back. No, that's not what I wanted. It's going to be from this side to this. And then we want to go from here. Of course, you're not going to be able to. I'm going to have him just come back out. Of course, you're in valid shape. Why is it just fucking with me? Oh, now that's some ferry lines right there, goddammit. I don't know if that's going to work at all. But I am curious to see if it is. Because if it is, then I can understand the ferry routes. We're not going to be able to do too many because it's be like a spaghetti of ferries just kind of passing everywhere and shit. But for the most part, this should work. So let's get ourselves these roads connected here. I would like some curvature. That way it looks a little more, you know, just real, not so shitty. And then what we're going to do is we're going to swing this back on itself here. And we'll just have people kind of come back out to this road. I'm not sure why we would have to build that on the beach. What are you doing? Out of all the spots you're going to pick up water, it's right next to the building. That's so jank. Why would you do that? Get a better license. I would like to see if someone's going to do this. So let's get this fucking figured out too. Because it would be so cool to see someone go on this ferry and on the ferry to get here. A small ferry stop allows one ferry at a time to dock. Well, that's kind of what we want. We don't want too much stuff going on here because it's going to get a little crazy and chaotic. So I guess we'll have to wait and see if anyone goes to the ferry location. Tourists driving out to the city. There's a lot of cars coming out this way. I don't know if it means anything, but there is a lot of cars. Oh my god, imagine the crime rate's high because this fucking... How would they even get there? Please indulge me on how that's a fucking thing. That means there's just going to be fucking cops driving around in circles on this fucking island the whole time. You've got to be shitting me. What am I going to do? I have to have it. I have to. That's the problem here. I mean, I need basic emergency services. I even need medical to be here as well, too. If I can get them to just fit on this, that would not look bad. Okay, I guess it's going to look like an Alcatraz mixed in with the Statue of Liberty in this bitch. So I'm curious to see how this is going to operate. Supposedly the crime rate's high, but they're not sending out any police. Okay, they were just about to send one out and then they retracted it. I don't know what that was for. It would be cool to get some housing going, but again, building on this fucking island already was sketchy as it is. So I'm just not sure if that would be a good idea. And that would be such a long, ugly bridge to go just out to this island. We're going to have to keep an eye on it. That's pretty much all we can do. There should be no one on this island besides the people who built it. Just Jesus himself. And somehow the crime is still high. I have a feeling garbage is going to be an issue. I'm not sure if this is going to work the way I want it to, just because of logistics. Crime rate is really high. How? How's that even a possibility? Okay, they're sending out an officer. Come on, bro. Do your job. How about that? You ever think about that? There's literally, he's just gonna go, he just fucking disappeared. Oh, he got rid of it though. Okay, all right, well, it's gonna work. I mean, for the most part, theoretically, it should work, so. All right, we're gonna keep an eye on that as time goes on, but I'm satisfied that we finally have all that stuff added into downtown. It means we have some straggler stuff here, which is not gonna see any people. Watch it just amplify so much in this just awful area that it's in. I know for a fact I want to get one here, and then maybe one over here. Kind of split it up a little. If we can take some stuff from downtown, kind of move it around, that's probably going to be our best bet. I'll leave it over there for now until we're ready to kind of plop it in a good area that it will probably fit. We did some pretty important stuff yesterday when it came to just like adding in unique buildings and kind of swapping some stuff out with other stuff. I want to just check and see how this is doing. I know there's going to be no visitors. I know our ferry's probably going to suck ass and it's not going to be able to go from A to B. But the principle of it was done. So hopefully we can get some stuff going. Ferries in use, literally nothing. We do have some, we have no... Oh, shit. That's how you know we done fucked up, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go to the transport tab really quick. We're going to go to... I want to say it's under ferry or ship here. Ferry line. Ferry pathway. Are these two different things, correct? Oh, I see. Here we go. So let's add this line right here. Okay, line added. So now can we go back to this one? Okay, I might have redone it here. Not entirely sure. This guy was just about to get to the island here, which he's going to have to turn around now. I feel kind of bad for him. He did that long trek for literally nothing. So really quick, let's go ahead and go to our garbage. I don't want to focus on this too much just because it's just, I want to look into it a little bit more before we put it in the video. I did not know the incineration plant was this large. Holy shit. Okay, everything's been reconnected here. I'm not sure where the ferry's going. That's not even the ferry. Let's look and see what the ferries are doing. So they're kind of in the mix of doing whatever they need to be doing here. I'm going to focus on another area. I want to add some more neighborhoods and stuff like that. We've done a lot on this side of adding neighborhoods. So what I've done is I went through here, or at least I thought I did. Did I not go through this whole thing and smooth this shit out a little? No, I did last night. Okay, so I went through and I smoothed a lot of this out so we could put a neighborhood on this side, kind of get something going here. So I'm going to take this avenue. We're going to start with kind of just making a basis on what we want this little area to look like. Everything's been really smoothed out on this hill line. So whatever we do place, it's going to look really good. So really quick with this neighborhood, we have 2 ways in, 2 ways out. So this is going to be, or there's obviously going to be some freeway entrances and stuff like that. But for the most part, there's going to be 2 main ways into the city. Practically from the same entrance point, but just a little farther off so you can get to the left side and the right side. So what I want to do is I want to put a connection point in the middle of these, kind of like that. So when you do enter the city, you can immediately navigate to the other side inside this little neighborhood that's going to be over here. I say neighborhood, but it's going to be fairly large. It's going to hold most likely factories along with the neighborhood, businesses, and if I can get some entertainment over here, I would like to do that as well too. It's going to be very minimal with the factory. It's going to be just enough to kind of get some life over here. We have a very dense populated area of trees, and I want to keep it that way, not really take away from that with the factories. So moving forward with our neighborhood that we're going to do here, we're going to use the big roads here for our avenue, which will kind of get everything going. So we can have this road kind of extend in. I want it to kind of be like this long, elongated thing, probably to like right here, because I want to kind of stay a little bit away from this blue if possible. So we're going to get another nice little curved road here, which is going to be our avenue. And then from here, we're going to really be able to add our neighborhood that we want. So I'm going to see what type of neighborhood looks good with the road system. And let's just kind of break it off here so we can kind of get ourselves an idea of what we got going on. Okay, so that's going to be a broken up part. Now, this is a very long area. We can follow most of it out with some neighborhood stuff here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of bring some roads into this area right here. Now, this is a freeway, so we don't want to go too close to the freeway or we're going to actually run into noise pollution problems, which definitely wouldn't be the greatest. So right now we're going to make this cul-de-sac kind of at a tip here. And I want to bring these houses back without them really touching each other and or getting too close to that freeway there. That might have been too aggressive of a turn. So let's bring it back. I'm going to get a curve going here, but I don't want it to be too aggressive to where it looks like odd. And I also want to make sure that we're maximizing the amount of area that we have. Okay, so let's draw this forward a little bit here. We're going to get everything kind of closed off and looking solid. And then we'll kind of see what area we have to work with. I say we go inwards with it. Bam. So this one here is going off on like a nice hill. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to utilize the hill here. And we're going to get this house or like this road as close to the hill as possible. That way it's kind of like going along the hill and it'll look like really good. We'll be able to keep all that stuff for businesses. It'll get a little windy, but we're going to bring it back down. So it'll curve out right here. I say we, I'm going to get a little bit of a curve, but we're going to use this as our guidance point for how far we really want this kind of cul-de-sac or neighborhood to kind of go. So we have a big circle, which kind of wraps anything. I've never used big circles like this, except for one spot. We've kind of done this before, which was massive if you honestly think about it. We came up with this actually that's not it. This one right here. So this road starts and it goes all the way down here, passes the factories, neighborhood, factories, comes up and does the biggest curve. And that's because I wanted a big avenue that kind of was the housing point to all the traffic. And I got to admit, some people have came on the videos and were like, this city sucks, blah, blah, blah. I got to admit, though, if you look at this shit for the first time me playing the game, the traffic really isn't that bad. I would not have to extend my hand to someone to get help with the traffic. Shit's just good. You know what I mean? Like, it's bad in some areas, but that's what the beauty of going back in and fixing it later on. Like, I have really amplified this area down here. I got a roundabout here. I got a roundabout here. I got a roundabout here. I got a massive one right here. And it has done exactly what the fuck they're supposed to do. It's really minimalized the traffic. So from this point, though, we've really got to focus on the traffic in here because I have a lot of points. So I'm thinking about breaking it down here. Maybe one every other intersection, figuring out some stuff to do. But that's going to be for a traffic episode that we're going to have to work on because that is an important part to this game is making sure you don't build too much, get too congested, because then you can never fucking back up. That's not what you want. Let's keep curving this road. I want to extend it back to that main avenue that we have. And I'm thinking about doing just some big, ridiculous circle type thing that we've never really done before. And it kind of, I don't know what. I'm not really liking that, honestly. I don't know, because like from this position right here, this could be taken as many different things. So I think we're going to have to go not circle at the end. That way it doesn't look like a bunch of testicles. Let's go ahead and revision our plan. I say instead of even continuing the road, let's stop right there. Okay? And we're going to stop right there. That way they're equal and we can kind of just keep going as time goes on. Because once we start plopping this down, there's not really any going back with our geography. So let's get this neighborhood filled out. I want to work with this right here. From what I can see, this is going to have to just be standalone. I cannot put any other roads in, but this is kind of where it starts opening up to allow me to do so. So we have an intersection here. So I say we kind of get this going by just bringing a road in. And we're just going to kind of fill that spot in that we won't be able to get too much stuff in there without taking away, you know, housing squares that we really need. And same principle with this. We're going to bring something out here, but then go ahead and get like a 90-degree one right there. To where a nice group of house can just nestle in with a little bit of tree area or like open spot where I could put some trees. I think that'll look really good. So maybe what we could do with this one is it could be some type of like spine-based thing where there is a spine that goes through the neighborhood, and then from there we kind of just can have fun and you know, put some roads in to fill some stuff out. I want to go a little bit farther down. You're going to see what I'm going to do here. It's going to have like a really interesting effect when we get done, because it's going to look very I don't know, it's like almost like the stuff in Dubai where they have the roads and it like does the palm tree look, I guess, but where it's not going to look like a palm tree in any way, shape, or form. It's basically just going to have a ton of cul-de-sacs that you would be able to drive into that are going to look different and have different feels and stuff like that. So like for these ones, we can kind of go ahead and bring these back in on itself. Like I said, it's going to have that very curved look to it, just so we can get a little bit better flow with what's going on with these. But that's kind of the principle right there. So it's going to look like that. So you're going to have one main road, and then to get to all the different cul-de-sacs or possible streets, depending on how we want to do it, you'll be able to go that way. So like this one though would be interesting, since this road comes out here, to have like a split here. We could put it like right there. And then what do I want to do here? I was thinking about something cool. I feel like that's not the angle that I want to work with. I'm going to bring it just far enough into where we don't really impede into all these squares that we got going on here. So we take a look. Everything's going to be nice, full housing, which is going to be really awesome to see. And then I would assume that's not too much to really try to fill in. I feel like that would be unnecessary. From here, we can just go ahead and fill in, spots that we really haven't been able to mess with. Oh, that's working so good, dude. We're going to go one in from there. I don't want to put one in right there, but I think putting one in right there wouldn't be the worst. Going to be a little small homes. And then I think for this, we might as well just keep it open since not much stuff would fit in there anyways. I feel like I could even extend this a little bit more. Yeah. So for shits and giggles, so it's not too much of a shit show there, I put an entrance to this road here, and then we already had that one there. So that's not bad looking. We can fill it out. It's going to be different. It's going to look unique, but I'm down for something different so that way our neighborhoods don't end up just looking the exact same throughout our whole map here. So let's go ahead and get it piped up, and we're going to get electricity flowing as well, too. We're going to have to just bring in some power lines. I would say in this area, since it's brand new, we're probably going to need to make our own electricity grid with some solar panel stuff and just kind of get at the TLC that it needs over here so we don't have to bring 100 power lines over. Okay, so I got ourselves the solar power plant added into this area so we can kind of just bring... Hopefully we don't have to bring too many power lines into the start, but we will need obviously something just to kick this neighborhood off. I would say I'm pretty much good to go, minus the fact that this thing needs some water. So let's get ourselves some power lines going from A to B here. And I'm going to use this nice open patch of area that we have to kind of get that going. And then we'll hop this road if possible. There we go. And for right this second, we're just going to bring it right there. It'll kind of connect power as time goes on, but we've got to get some actual neighborhood started here. So let's do this. I'm going to start over on this side right here, so that way everything kind of connects to this power line that I have here. That way, when we kind of branch off, it'll bring it farther into our new development here that we're going to be working on. And everything will look good. So we've got to make sure we're not doing this main avenue with homes, because I don't really want homes on that right this second. Doesn't mean we don't want homes at all. But right this second, that's definitely not what I want. So I'm going to take a second to get this all filled out here, and we shall be right back. Let's go ahead and take a look at our new neighborhood here. I stepped away for a second to kind of let it populate and do its thing. I could definitely see some open land here, which we could have filled out probably a lot better than I was anticipating. Let's just break it down here and look and see how much open area. Okay, not too much. I guess it looks a lot worse when we're not inside of a thing. So let's see if we can fill out some of this area with something. I don't know. Maybe I should just keep it the way it is, because at the end of the day, I can put trees there. How is this getting electricity, though? Wait a sec. How is this? There is no electricity. There's nothing giving this place electricity, so there should be nothing. It should be flowing, throwing some red flags right now. But instead, it's completely juiced and ready to go, which doesn't make any sense to me because this has not made it into this area here. So I could put it to where it gets in there. Okay, bam, that's perfect. But how come? That is the oddest shit, is it not? It's almost as if it was counting it being inside that zone, even though it wasn't. Okay, well, that's cool. We got ourselves a new neighborhood cooked up, which is on this left-hand side here. And I say, with that being said, we should probably get some businesses as well, too. That way, people can, you know, start work out here and have places to actually work. So we're going to do businesses on both sides. That way, it kind of fills it out. We'll have it kind of go down the main avenue. In the midst of that, we also have to work on schooling and emergency medical services, all that stuff. So real quick, let's go ahead and get the schools laid down. We're probably going to need to go inside the neighborhood here and take away some homes, unfortunately, because when you have a messy design like this in the neighborhood, it looks good, but unfortunately doesn't work too well when it comes to the schooling that goes on. So I'm going to try to put them in the best spots I think is possible here. And I'm not sure if this... Yeah, see, that's not going to do jack shit for anyone because it needs to be inside this neighborhood. We've got 3 of those, okay? That's going to be at least decent to start with. The high school takes a lot more... or it just has a lot more area to cover for some reason instead of the middle school there. So I'm not sure how many of those I want to have in. Obviously, for high schools, we want to have as many as possible. I think it would be a good idea to kind of put maybe one like right here. That way it hits this other side of the neighborhood. And we're going to we need to reconnect these as well, too. So let's just bring that right there for right this second. And then that will fuse out the other side. That's going to get what it needs. And it's already fucking populated like nobody's business. Moving on to the next venture here, we're going to need hospitals and stuff like that. Hospitals can be on this main outer road here. And it should cover enough basis for all of this area, if I'm not mistaken. We'll let it kick in really quick and we'll kind of see. So a good amount of people will have healthcare services. I don't understand how they couldn't locate where they would need to go for that, but we'll put one there so that way they have something, and we can also put a medical clinic like right here. We're just chipping away at our neighborhood ever so slightly, which kind of sucks. Okay, fire department obviously is going to be really important because we need to make sure we're rushing emergency services in case there is a fire that's going on. So the more fire and police and stuff we have is going to be better. And then we have 0 maintained roads for the police department as well. So let's see if we can sneak them in here. I'll just put that right there. Let's see how well that did for this area. A little bit of green. We have some, it's pretty sparse over here, which probably would be a good idea to get something in over here. So I'm just going to delete those 2 homes, and then that should be good enough for that. Now, one more area I'm concerned about for medical and pretty much everything in general. As you can see there, that middle ground is just kind of fucked. So I might have to put something in, like, right there at least. That's a lot of services for that area, but if we don't do that, it's going to just cause problems and issues, and we really don't want that. I am having so many... Oh, that's why, because the dead bodies are piling up. And we're moving them out from other locations. Okay, so let's undo these really quick. I say that's why I need a crematorium, so that way it gets rid of the, you know, like gets rid of the bodies in a way that doesn't take over the fucking earth to that degree, you know? Okay, crematorium. So we can go ahead and put that right next to each other. See, that's what we should have. Instead of the cemeteries, we should be doing the crematoriums. That way we don't have to worry about the dead bodies once that happens. Speaking of crematoriums, that's something we're going to need to put in here. So I say we do... Damn, the crematorium takes a lot of fucking area, which is nice. Like, we don't even really have to worry about placing too much of these. I wish the emergency services did the same thing, because that's kind of silly. Okay, so we've got those placed. Everything's looking solid on that aspect as well, too. All right, so I'm liking this new development that we did. Along with all the other stuff, we've placed some buildings in downtown as well. We have... Oh, shit, that's right. We're going to need to do the garbage services. A lot of garbage is piling up. Let's just pause the game really quick because we've got some critical shit going on right now. We've got to figure out how to fix it. So I'm not a huge fan of doing stuff to the water here because shit just ends up going extremely south like that, as you can see. We need to amplify this. So let's not do anything too crazy here. So we want to make this a little bit bigger. Now, the only concerning part is when you start messing with the water, it creates some pretty severe ripple effects that go on elsewhere in the city as well, too. So let's try to smooth this down a little. Try to get this looking relatively normal here. Okay, that should be enough for us to do this. Now we've got to remember this incineration plant does cause pollution, so we are gonna pollute the water just a little bit, but it's gonna be for a good cause, if that makes any sense, because then they're gonna have a self-sufficient little island here that we don't really have to worry about stuff too much. I wonder. No one's on the ferry. Okay, so the garbage truck's gonna make its circles, do all the rounds, pick up all the trash. I want to watch this guy do his job really quick. It'll be interesting. Oh no, Houston, we have a problem. Our ferry line. Oh, we made him ground himself. Oh no, that's not good. So that's something we're gonna have to work with because we've made that little extension. Oh, I wonder if we had any. Oh, you know what? I think I realized if I'm gonna do any extensions to any type of water or anything, always pause the game. Never do it when it's unpaused, because that's where you start fucking shit up badly. So let's see here. We're going to get rid of some lines because we have a grounded ship really quick. That's not good. I can't delete him either. He's just stuck there. Oh boy, this is not good, huh? Oh, you can pick on the thing and pick a different thing. All right. I'm going to have to do the ferry lines another time, though, because we've been at this for quite some time. I'm glad to see this island is doing good. So from the front, you can see a little bit of stuff, but not too much. And I would say generally... Oh, there's fucking visitors. How is there people visiting that? They can't even get there. How did you get your car here? Unless it's a ferry... Is it a ferry thing that has the car transport as well, too? Oh, my God. He's going to just get stuck again, bro. What an idiot. I don't think that these have cars. Oh, no, it does have passengers. Son of a bitch. Okay, so pausing the game. We're going to have to backtrack. Since we have most of our stuff here, we can take a lot of this out, and we should be good. So let's get this drawn back again. There we go. Going to make it a little jagged on the edge here. That should clear the path that we're working with. Just going to smooth it out just a little so it doesn't look so shitty. Okay, let's see how that look. Oh, God. Do you see? This is the issue. And then this water comes rushing in. Watch this. Oh, boy. Oh, this isn't good. That's what causes issue when the water comes rushing in. Then again, maybe it just might centralize on this point right here instead of making its way into a crucial area where we don't want it. Okay, no, it filled back in. You know, so that's definitely the way to do it then. Okay, and the ferry got to the location. It's dropping. Dude, this is working perfectly. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's awesome. Fucking shit, man. That's fucking sick. So I think the ferry path goes through here, but honestly, it doesn't really matter. Let's see where... Oh, no, people are using the fucking sidewalks and shit. This is some next level shit going on. Let's see if I have any... I've really got to stop messing with this because we've been in this for quite some time here. We got some footpaths that we could do. It's not like actual paths, but it's kind of something that can just give... Oh, God. That's not going to work. I mean, I can make it work. It just can't go off that hill. Oh, that's not even the walking path. That is a... That's a dirt fucking road right there. Let's do... I think it's going to be the nature reserve. It's going to be under this one. There we go. I want a walking path. Walking paths will allow for... Oh, God. It'll just make it look a little more... Oh, God. A little more decorative in here. And that's what we want. It's being stubborn, though. There we go. Cool. So now they got a walking path there. There's not many walking paths that we could do just due to the fact that the island is that of a walnut. But we can kind of get some intricate stuff going, you know. We're not going to have anything else. Oh, you know what we should do is have some food or something. That would be a really good idea. But unfortunately... Oh, there was like unique buildings or something, dude. Why is Tucker barking? One of these has a whole bunch of buildings in it. Oh, here it is. I know one of them was like a fish restaurant. We could put, I think they're going to be too big to put them out here, though, but it would be worth a shot to see. Maybe not. That's not maybe the best idea there. So we're going to do some normal businesses that we could just kind of plop on. I'm going to see which ones pop up. I'm a little concerned that they're going to die because, one, there's no residential homes here. There's nothing that's going to actually allow people to populate this, I have a feeling. So this might not work to the way I'm thinking it is, but we're going to test it out and see. We have a medical clinic on property. We've got a police station on property. So You know, anything that goes on here, they'll be able to handle. We've got a corner shop, and I can change these. Oh, a Big Bite restaurant. Perfect. So we have a drugstore and then a restaurant here, and then some other thing that they're building as well. I just hope that they have workers, because if not, they're going to fail, and we're going to have to delete them, but that's fine because it's kind of just more testing than it is anything. Oh, that one is an actual restaurant with, like, a sign. That's actually sick. Okay, we're going to see how this goes. I would say that looks pretty damn good, though, from afar. If you just look at it, you can barely see. Like, if you were a tourist over here on the city, you'd look at that and go like, wow, that looks really good over there. And you wouldn't know necessarily that behind it, you have a whole bunch of stuff going on to keep this kind of from just dilapidating itself. So that's kind of cool. I just want to see. No, oh, we got 200. Oh, my God. How is that even a thing, bro? We're good. We're good. That means that this place will be able to fucking just self-sustain itself. People that get off the ferry are going to have food. Dude, you got to admit, that's fucking sick. Okay. I'm pretty pleased there. So that's going to be a perfect wrapping up point with today's episode. And what we've kind of added and kind of moved around. A lot of stuff today that we've done, and I'm actually really excited because we're starting to get to, like, the good stuff where the city's pretty much made. It's just kind of going through and figuring out the best thing that we can do with it. So, nonetheless, that is going to be where we wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching this episode of City Skylines, and we will see you next video.